Welcome to Inspired Conversations, Living the Legacy with Legends. My name is Onkarabile Wisdom Mogoto, and I am your host. Female often find pressure to look certain way. This comes through the pressure of society or their male counterparts. She is here today with me. Nomalungelo Ndimande is with me today to share more about this topic. Sis Lungi, you are welcome to my show, and thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. You said you are Nomalungelo.
Yes.
When they cut it, it's Lungi.
Yeah,
right?
when they cut it, it's Lungi. It's like a nickname.
Okay,
yeah.
But you like it full.
Yeah, so that people know who I am. Then they'll choose whether they want to cut it or not.
Okay. Can I cut it and say Lungi? Can I call you Lungi on the interview? Is it fine? Yes. All right. Please tell us who you are, where do you come from, and just to know you better.
Okay. As said, I am Nomalungelo Ndimande. I am from Rodiport, and I am a finalist at Miss Curvy Body SA. I am also a plus-size female activist. I am a motivational speaker. I am a journalist. Yeah, I think I've said it all.
Yeah, no, you do a lot of things. Why do you get time to do?
I'm trying to juggle my time. Yeah, I think this year I'm a bit hectic, but we're trying to groom ourselves, so we have to push now. They say work now and rest later. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And before we just get into the real interview, you wrote an article about me, I think it's last year. On the newspapers and the journalists,
Yes.
And here you are today. I'm the one who's now interviewing you.
I'm on the other seat now.
So how do you feel about that?
For me, it's always easy when I have to interview someone, because I don't even call it an interview. It's like a conversation because, it always flows. But now when it's directed to me, something else.
No, we'll see. Now, your passion is to help plus-sized women,
Yes.
not to be bullied.
Yes.
As you have said that you're also
Curvy Body finalist. Yes.
Now, the passion of helping such women and girls, where did it come from?
I think we can say that it starts from a young age. I'm also passionate about helping the young ones at schools. This would be the girls and boys in some cases who are oversized more than what the other learners are, and they tend to be bullied about their weights. So I'm also motivating the young ones, as well as when it comes to the grown-up females who are not positive about their bodies. So I try to influence them to appreciate their bodies and love themselves.
Okay, but what inspired you to take that angle?
I think what inspired me is myself, what challenges I had to go through as growing up with a plus-size body. So if I had struggled and had some challenges, I wouldn't want the second person to go through the same route I went through. Yeah.
So what was the challenges when you grew up?
When you grow up and you're a plus-size woman, you are body shamed, you are named, you made feel as if like you are not normal, you are not welcomed, you are not loved, so those are the mentalities people have about plus-size women. So I think I faced a lot of name-calling, body shaming. Yeah.
So it happens when you're at school or in the area where you...
This is while I was at school, this is after school, so it's like it happens as like in my upbringing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually want you to go deeper, and actually explain like specifically those challenges were.
Okay.
You said they call you names. What are those names?
So while growing up, in school days, I used to not like going to school because that was where I was body shamed a lot. I remember I was named Sarah Batman for my body. There was a situation that happened where a boy in class, they even went to the board and drew,
yeah.
yes, that whole picture, and I was embarrassed. I felt I don't want to go to school anymore. So for me to be belittled like that, in such a way that you even want to stop your whole schooling career, it. Growing up now, it's something that I wouldn't want a second child, or another person to feel that way.
Okay.
You see.
But when did you stop at school? When did you stop where you were now free to go to school? Did you maybe report it to the teachers and they rebuked the children? What happened?
In school, body shaming and body bullying, it comes as part of it, because I feel that not much is done for body shaming, body bullying, I feel that not much was done in my situation as well. So it was a matter of a situation that it would just blow over.
Okay.
But I can't say that something was done.
Fact, it went on and on until you finished.
So I had to live through such.
Okay.
Yes.
So when did you gain confidence about your body and accept who you are, or how you look rather, and not be ashamed and embarrassed about your body? When did you gain that confidence to a point where now you even entered Miss KV SA? It
is such opportunities such as Miss KV Body SA that made me feel that, wow, so plus size women are also loved, they're also valued, so it made me start believing in myself, seeing other women, so it made me start feeling comfortable in my skin, and I felt that if there's such a life, whereas I don't have to shy away from, being free in my body, then that's the way I want to be, because it's better being happy than being ashamed of yourself.
Okay. And how did you find out about the competition?
It was online where it was advertised, and I went to audition. It was a whole process. So now there's 10 of us, and the crowning is very near.
Okay. And you're looking forward.
Yes.
Okay, and you also involve, you are in a brand, rather an ambassador. I don't know, you can explain for me, Miss Plus Size Soweto.
Okay.
Can you explain?
So I am part of a brand that is called Black Diamonds. So they like an agency that looks to promote plus size women in different ways. So it also builds me a lot, because of we are a team of women that go out to maybe schools to motivate the young ones, so
okay.
Yeah.
So I just want to know, I was just thinking about this and said to myself, what actually people are looking for? Because when you are big, they mention you that you as Dutla, I remember when I was at school, there was this guy who had a big body, and they were calling him Tsekeleke. You understand that? Yeah. And now when you are slender again, they say maybe you are sick, or they will call you Umatambo.
Very true. So it's a very tricky situation, if you're gonna go with what people say, because people will always talk, whether what size you are, they will always name you and shame you. It's just a matter of you yourself taking care of your body and accepting your body for what you are. Yes, but it's very important to take care of your body.
And tell me about the stigma of society. How did it affect you? And number two, when it comes to your counterpart males, the relationship, did it affect you in any way? Like
I think in terms of in relationship wise, it's a matter of loving yourself first before even thinking of the second person loving you, because it's going to be hard for me to love you if you yourself don't love yourself, you see. So I feel that as women we should always put ourselves first in terms of the way we look, and then we can expect love from the opposite, you see.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the society,
the society is just a matter of how you interpret it. It's a matter of how you take it as a person, they will always be there to bring you down. But if you want to go down by what everyone says, then you're never going to jump up. So it's a matter of taking what's been said to you, throwing it away, and continue with your journey.
That's great. And when you guys go to schools and motivate learners, do you only focus on the plus-sized ones, or as I've made example that I mean, according to my observation, it's not only the plus-sized women who are suffering, you know, or rather girls, but also the other, you know, the opposite. You know, as I've said that if you are thin, then they will teach you and say, hey, you are sick, or you have HIV, and stuff like
true.
that. Yeah. So do you only focus on those who are plus-sized women when you go to schools?
Okay, I think the main idea here, I would say, is zithande. So I'd say with the word zithande, it came about loving yourself. So it doesn't matter if you're thin, if you're fat, if you're thick, if you're curvy, if you're not. If you appreciate yourself, then, you know, it's better for your life. So in schools, that's what we teach as well. Would love your bodies, regardless of how they are. So that's the core message of, you know, the public speaking.
Okay. And I mean, according to you, what do you think will happen after Miss Kefi, you know,
After I'm crowned? I'm joking.
What is the way forward according to you?
I think I've started in this journey of being a plus-size activist, and I am going to continue in this journey, because as I go through this journey, I also see that there's something that I'm doing. There's a life or two that I'm influencing. You know, some people, they told me, well, you know what, Lungi, being I go short. But after you have spoken to me, and after I've seen you, I'm now proud to say these are my thighs. And if I want to wear that short, I'm going to wear it. So if someone can break out of that mentality, which they must always, you know, now close their bodies, and, you know, it's good to see that someone has broken out of that cocoon and is able to spread their wings and fly. Because remember, if you're not confident, you can't go through anyway. It's like simple going through an interview. If you are not confident self, you can't go anywhere. No one can trust you if you don't trust yourself, you see.
That's true. So what are you encouraging to those ladies, or maybe girls, you know, number one, who will change the way they look because of the pressure that they get from society or from their male counterparts? For an example, let's say I get married and my wife is slender, you know, and maybe after having 2-3 kids, then just boom, and I complain. I said, no, you know, what can you say? And many women have changed because of that, and some of them have, you know, used the chemicals in their bodies, and the way these days there's this new concept of yellow bone. You know, if you are not yellow bone, you are considered not to be beautiful, and stuff like that. So what do you encourage?
I think with such, it's all about the inner person that counts. If we go with the body, you meet me like this, but the body goes through changes. So if you fell in love with the body, as my body goes through changes, you fall in love with me. But if you fell in love with my personality and the person that I am inside, then we can go through anything within, you know, the relationship. But I believe personally that a person, if they're comfortable with their body, they shouldn't change it for anyone. As long as you know that you are happy, then you can't change it for anyone. Yeah.
No, I hear you. I just want, you know, you said something about, actually before I get into that, I just want to concentrate on Miss Kefi SA. Is it Miss Kefi SA?
Yes, Miss Kefi Body.
Miss Kefi Body.
Yeah.
SA 2019. When is it gonna held, like the ceremony?
Okay, so the finals are on the 1st of June. That's where they're gonna do the crowning of the next Miss Curvy Body SA. We are on the top 10, so it's a bunch of beautiful, confident women, and I feel that if it was possible, everyone would wear the crown. Yeah.
So how are they gonna select like the winners and
So it's just a matter of maybe we're gonna do a fashion show, we're gonna do a runway. So it's how the judges are gonna score you in terms of your personality, how you respond to questions, and see if you are fit to carry the crown.
Okay, and obviously, I mean, after the crown, there will be a lot of campaigns.
Yes, there will be campaigns, and one of the prizes, they're taking you internationally to be the brand or the face of plus size women. So it doesn't end here. Yeah.
Okay. I want to end up with your quote that you love. But before the quote, you didn't actually tell us more about your journey as a journalist. You know, just a little bit. Just want to know more about your journey as a journalist.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think me being a journalist, it's more of me wanting to give the voice to a community, whether what challenges they're facing. When you contact me and you tell me, I've got a story for you, I feel this and that, then I am able to take your voice and let it be public. So it's more of me helping the community, and that's why I feel I love journalism as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a statement: beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself and start loving yourself.
That's very true. That's very true, because I feel that also internally, whether you have beautiful women out there, but they believe that they are not beautiful because they haven't seen that beauty. So as soon as they realize how beautiful they are, that's when, you know, the journey starts. Yeah.
So you are so passionate on encouraging them to take that.
It's all about inner beauty. It's all about the physique, you know. It's all about loving yourself, appreciating yourself, and also eating healthy. It's important to also eat healthy, because at the end of the day, this is your body that's going to carry you. So you do want to take care of it, Yaba.
Okay. No, Sislungi, thank you so much for coming to the show. and I wish all the best for you on your competition. I mean, if there was voting lines, I was gonna vote for you. You know,
voting lines have closed, but people can follow me on Instagram at Norma Curvy.
Okay.
Yes.
Norma, and then just Norma Curvy.
Norma Curvy.
Okay. But you don't have like a personal profile on Facebook? You don't?
It is. I'm using on Facebook. It's Nomalungelo Ndimande. Instagram is Norma KV.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Because I'm just thinking that if people maybe want to get hold of you.
They can do so. My contact details are on my Instagram as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. No, thank you so much
It's
for
a
coming to the
pleasure.
show.
It's
you know,
a pleasure.
yeah, and continue, encouraging, especially girls. Especially girls who are still growing up. Because I understand that the adult women, somehow can accept who they are because they are matured, but those ones who are still young, they are still struggling, to accept themselves. And this teasing, especially at school, kids. Someone said, kids can be mean.
Of course, yes. Yes.
Yeah, so
it's a true thing.
yeah, so really, just continue encouraging them, to love themselves, to accept who they are. And I mean, success is not based on how you look; it's based on your brain,
mentality.
Exactly. Yes. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Inspired Conversations, Living the Legacy with Legends. My name is Nkarabile Wisdom Mogoto, and I'm saying to you, let's meet next time, same place, same time, on Global Conference TV. The journey continues.